Okay, switching gears a little bit. Escaping to a hot destination is something most of us dream about doing this cold winter season. But if you are someone with an allergy, traveling can involve a lot more prep compared to the average person. So today, Amira Ajnarine, who's a pediatric allergist, is here to tell us how you can protect yourself from having a reaction while you're away on vacation. Welcome to the studio. Good to have you here.
Thank you so much. I'm so happy to be here.
Okay, what do people need to do to protect themselves when they're about to travel?
Yeah, so, I think it's really important, first of all, that you go see your pediatric allergist or adult allergist at that time. I think updating your foods and making sure you know exactly what you're still allergic to. Sometimes we can provide a letter as well for you to take with you on the airplane and also wherever you're going, just so that you have, all that information written out. I think it's also important to think about when you're going to travel, calling the airplane to see what is your policy for air travel. Each airplane is different. Some are completely nut-free, some have a buffer zone. So knowing that information can really help you and also prepare you when you're going to go on the plane, knowing exactly what your risks are. And I think the last thing is very important is where you're going. Calling that resort, that hotel, or whatever place you're staying at, what is your policy with food allergies? How do you prevent allergies? And what happens in a state of an emergency?
Yeah, you know your own environment here at home, but when you're traveling, a little less control. So that's why you say it's important to pack your own medical kit. What should be included in that?
For sure, and I think this is the most important piece. Each medical kit is different in each country. So number one is epinephrine, auto injectors, they're different brands. I always tell my patients take 4 because you don't—
Take 4?
4, yeah, because first of all, you can use 1. Let's say you misplace 1. If you're having a severe reaction, you can use 2. So you always want to have backup. And what if you lose your luggage? So it's always important to have more rather than less. Also, inhalers are very important. So if you have asthma, for example, and you need your rescue puffers, so it's important you have at least 2 sets of that in case one gets misplaced. Also, second-generation antihistamines. So not Benadryl, but we do recommend the second-generation antihistamine for things such as hives or itchy reactions or something like itchy eyes, runny nose. So those are kind of my top 3 things that I tell patients to bring.
Because you don't always know if you can get replacements where you're going.
Exactly. You don't know if you're in a resort, what's available, if you understand the language. Those are great points.
We talked about uncontrolled environments and talk about an airplane. You've got everybody on there from everywhere. How can you protect yourself against allergy exposures while you're on a plane?
Yeah, those are great questions. So I think the number one thing is I talked about the policies, but also you can prepare before you go on the plane. So that means eating at home, making sure you're full. Packing snacks, whether it's for your children or yourself, that are nut-free or fish-free, depending on what, of course, your allergen is. Also, notifying the person working there, this is my food allergy, just so you know. And as I mentioned, some people in flights will have a buffer zone. So they'll say, okay, these individuals won't eat your allergen. And I think the last thing that you can also do is wipe down the area that you're going to be staying in. And so actually, if you want to go onto the plane earlier, you have that right. So you can say, I want to go up earlier, you can wipe down your area and bring your own wipes and making sure that you don't have any residual allergen from the person before you.
Well, people who have allergies or, care for somebody who has a severe allergy are already very aware of contact exposure. But what if someone let's say you have a nut allergy and someone ate peanut butter sandwich and then handled your luggage at the airport, for example? Is that a high risk? Is that a high probability?
Yeah, so the risk of that is pretty low, actually. So, if you have a peanut allergy and someone who ate a peanut butter sandwich touched your luggage, then it went through customs and everything, and then you touched it, unless that residual peanut butter, you touched it and happened to put your finger in your mouth, that would be the main risk. Airborne allergies are not as common when it comes to food allergy, except for certain situations, like if you're actually breaking the peanuts in front of the person or opening the bag or cooking it with the heat going up in the air.
Great to have you here. Good advice as people are getting ready to go away. I love the packing extra and be prepared early. Thanks so much.
My pleasure. Thank you so much.
All right.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you liked this, be sure to subscribe here, or you can check out more Your Morning videos right here.